Why not try to...
So a few years ago, I made this video, and it was basically me doing a skit where I was playing two parts. I was telling a friend of mine that I started to unfriend people on Facebook because they were racist. And that friend of mine says to me, "So you're deleting people and unfriending people on Facebook because of their political views?" And I said, "No, it's because they're racist." And you see, that's one of the things I don't think a lot of people understand about why a lot of black people have issues with Charlie Kirk. We don't have an issue with his political views. We're 100% willing to debate anyone on their political views. If Charlie Kirk said, we shouldn't have so much welfare in this country because it enables people not to work hard, I would debate that political view. I would debate him and say that I believe it gave people a hand up and empowered them to get back into the workforce and work hard and contribute to society. Charlie Kirk might argue that no, it enables people to sit on their couch and not work hard. That is a political view to me that is negotiable, that I will argue with someone about. If Charlie Kirk were out there saying that we needed to tax rich people at a lower rate because he believes that if we tax rich people at a lower rate, that they will create more jobs, and that money that they're making would trickle down to poorer people, I would argue that political view, and I would say we've never seen that. Typically, they use that extra money to pay themselves or buy themselves extravagant gifts. And Charlie Kirk might say, no, I believe that it trickles down to poor people. That is a negotiable political argument that I am willing to have. That is a political view that I'm willing to debate against. Things that I will not debate is my ability to live in a society that does not bully me, discriminate against me, or oppress me. I'm not going to negotiate that. If you believe that black people should be bullied, oppressed, or treated like lower class citizens, that's not negotiable to me. That makes you a racist, and that is not a political view. If you think it is a political view to say that black women don't have the brain capacity to get things done and they have to take a white person's spot, that's not a political view. That is racism. Some of you guys don't understand the difference between free speech and hate speech. And while free speech can sometimes be hate speech is still hate speech. It is non-negotiable to me if you think that gay people should be stoned, like in Leviticus when Charlie Kirk, he quoted that. We can't be friends. So I came across this video from my guy TJ. Power is given, never not taken. If just follow the guy, very intelligent dude. He made this video recently, and I wholeheartedly agree with this video that he made.
A lot of people showed you who they were this past week, didn't they?
I'm so glad that I've seen several videos like this over the last few days, because I was genuinely shocked how many people I knew who supported a vile racist like Charlie Kirk. I thought I got rid of these folks a long time ago. And don't get me wrong, I know Kirk had millions of fans. I just had no idea that so many of them were people I liked, people I respected, people who would call themselves my friend, all while they're listening to a guy who says, yeah, passing the Civil Rights Act was a mistake. Marauding blacks are wandering around town looking for white people to kill. This is a major problem that's growing in the United States. Or airlines are qualifying pilots that don't know how to fly planes as long as they're black. They were listening to this guy. And then when I call him out, I say, oh, wow, TJ, what do you mean this guy's a racist? I listen to Charlie Kirk all the time. He has some good ideas. He's just a guy with different political opinions than you. Incredible. If you're out there and you listen to Charlie Kirk, why are you listening to me? Like, we have nothing in common. We have nothing to talk about. I'll find you and get rid of you if I have to, but I prefer for the trash to take itself out.
So in the last few days, I have been unfriending people who I found agree with Charlie Kirk being like this great person, this Christian, even after I've pointed out racist things that he said. I gave some people the benefit of the doubt and thinking that maybe they didn't know that he had said those things. Once they reveal to me that they don't care that he said those things, that they still think he's a great person and a good Christian and all that, I unfriend them. I don't want to know people. I don't want to have anything to do with anyone who will dismiss his racism and still think that they could be friends with me. I don't want anything to do with them. Like, if I find that they're that type of person, I will unfriend them. I will never talk to them again. I don't care if they're family, if they're someone I've been friends with for years. It is non-negotiable to me that someone makes racist statements about me, someone makes homophobic statements about other people. I am not going to be friends with those people, and I don't feel bad. It's funny to me when I see people post things like, we shouldn't unfriend people for their political views. Maybe they define political views different from the way that I do. Those aren't political views. And like TJ said, I'd rather you take yourself out. I've made it perfectly clear to people that I don't want to have anything to do with them. Some of these people, I've made it perfectly clear that I don't want to have anything to do with people who would empathize with someone who's a racist, or at least say dismiss their racism and still think they're a great person. If those people choose to stay my friend, which that happened, during the George Floyd stuff. Some people, kind of just didn't put their views out there. This new thing with Charlie Kirk has caused more people to put their views out there. I don't want anything to do with those people. And I do not care your opinion of me that you think, oh, you're weak, you're unfriending people. I don't care. Doesn't matter to me. I don't need anyone in my... I've made it perfectly clear to people. I don't need anyone in my life but my wife and my children and my other family members around me. That's it. I don't need anyone else. And even they will be cut off by me if they empathize with racism, if they sympathize with racists. I don't want anything to do with you. I'm too old to deal with toxicity in my life. I'm 50 years old and I refuse to I'm not going to debate those things. I won't debate it. I will debate how much we should be taxed. I will debate how much welfare we should give to people. I will debate what the minimum wage might be. I will not debate racism, homophobia, bigotry, and misogyny. I won't, and neither should you. Period.
Don't want no enemies or ops. Envy in their heart, I tell them stop. Vacation on the yacht.